Hi everybody and welcome to Heel Heat. My name is George Coles. This is my tag team partner, Jay Youngblood.
Thanks, Ricky Steamboat. Gary Rhodes, everybody.
See, I'm Ricky Steamboat. And this is a momentous occasion. It is our 1 year anniversary.
For the show, that is.
Yeah, because you've been blowing me for 12 years already.
You wish.
It's our diamond anniversary of you sucking my cock.
God. That's gross.
Anyway.
It's a San Francisco treat. Anyways, I was going over a lot of things that happened in the year of the show.
Yeah, basically. It's kind of a State of the Union address. State of the Heel Union.
You got Lane Storm it? Gotta be serious for a minute.
Do the cabbage patch.
How embarrassing you say.
Well, that's Lane Storm. He's great. But first thing we really want to talk about is over the last year, the changes that have happened since we started the show. I mean, if you look at it, we've had Jay Briscoe's become a world champion. Kevin Steen, I think Kevin Steen was champion when we started the show. Or
I think it was still Miracle Wolves.
Davey?
It was still Davey Richards.
Yeah. It was Davey Richards, Kevin Steen, and Jay Briscoe in Ring of Honor become world champions. Bully Ray, Austin Aries have become world champions in TNA, along with Jeff Hardy. I'm talking more about the new champion. So,
yeah.
WWE, CM Punk has, on our last show, he was in the middle of his historically long reign when we started. And since then, the belt's gone to Rocky and John Cena. Dolph Ziggler finally cashed in and finally got the big time, only to have the rug pulled out under him from a kick to his head.
I think that was the biggest travesty of justice. That was an injustice.
It's a travesty-mocracy.
There you go.
We've had the biggest change is the ascension of Daniel Bryan. I mean, this time last year, he was a guy that was
up on the list. I mean,
he was a high on the card, but nowhere near as popular as he is now. And right now, he's the most popular wrestler in the world.
Oh, I definitely agree with you.
Indeed.
And another great thing has happened as of recently. The shows have gotten better because there's been help with the writing.
Yeah.
Actually, real wrestling writers.
Yeah. Namely, Dutch Mantel and Paul Heyman, or Zeb Coulter, as you want to speak of them. TNA has gone on the road from when we started. They were in the Impact Zone still. To some success, they've lowered their pay-per-views down. Ring of Honor stopped going on iPay-per-view because of all their problems with internet pay-per-view. Continuing to put out a quality product, however. Over the last year, we haven't had any real big retirements in the last year, though. That's kind of surprising.
Not really, no. I mean, in the beginning of our show, for most of our history of the show, Sheamus was the world champion, and we've had a few world champions since then. Yeah. Del Rio did a face turn and a heel turn, right back to heel since then.
Turned heel.
Or face.
Face. Since we started, the Shield and the Wyatt family have both debuted.
Wyatt family are so impressive. I mean, Shield was impressive. They're still impressive.
Yeah.
I think that they're going to be around maybe a couple more months, and then they'll probably disband them, and the Wyatts will be the main faction.
And speaking of just us, our first show was a 45-minute show with no real direction other than us just talking about wrestling, what happened during the week. And quickly, by the second show, we morphed it, we split it into two shows, WWE and TNA and everything else, which eventually begat a Ring of Honor getting its own show when it was taken up, when we're getting long TNA videos. I mean, so we started off doing one thing, then we quickly went into recapping the main shows, recapping pay-per-views, adding top 10s,
beyond or under the radars.
Yeah. A couple different food challenges I did in there. Or actually the food challenge and the beer challenge. Gary's called a mandible claw.
That's what I do.
Suck it. I mean, and it's it's been astounding. I was talking to a friend of ours, Closure, who we mention him a lot because he comments on a lot of our stuff. He's a good friend of the show, and one of the things I mentioned was when we started the show, we got so excited on our first few shows that we would get 20, 30 views, and we had 3 or 4 subscribers. Now we're getting steady 150 views or more a show, and we're up to almost 150 subscribers, and it's not us, it's you guys. We're giving you the content, but you guys are spreading the word of mouth and helping us out. And we want to talk a little bit about how much we're gonna grow, or hopefully grow. Maybe this time next year we'll be up to 1,000 subscribers, getting 1,000 views a show, which would be awesome because that's more money rolling in. More money rolling in becomes better production value. I could get more wrestling T-shirts. Gary could buy a personality.
Indeed.
I mean, I think the future of our show is looking really good. I mean, we're going to continue to do this as long as people are liking what we do.
Exactly. Wrestling is one of our loves in life. It's something that we grew up watching. I mean, George has watched it 30 years, so have I. It's one of those things we never grew out of, and hopefully never will.
Yeah, and as long as we got friends that like what we do, I mean, we could go back to having 2-3 viewers and 10 views a show, and we'd still enjoy doing this.
Exactly.
We like that we're growing, and we love that you guys are helping us. And we're going to keep doing what we do, and hopefully keep improving as a show. And we just want to say, like I just touched on, there's a lot of people that have helped us to get to this place that we're at now, and that are, I'm sure, going to help us to get even further. And that's we just want to say some thank yous to some specific friends. First of all, Lou, Paul, Mole, all the guys over at the Deadly Sins. They helped us start this show. They gave us some of the inspiration to do this show. And along the way, they've been one of our biggest supporters the whole time, promoting us on their podcasts, on their shows, doing cross promotions with us and everything.
Warren Rowe from Rowe Web Designs he pretty much
The look of our show.
the whole look of our show is from Warren.
Most of the graphics are Warren's. The only one that isn't is the one in our video, which we'll get to who did that in a second. But Warren did all of our little thumbnails that you see, all the pictures that you see, all the buffer at the end of the video. That was all done by Warren over at Rowe Web Design. Look him up if you need anything done, anything thumbnails. He does web designs, obviously. Anything you need internet related, Warren is your hookup for graphics. And our next person we want to single out is the Mass Tweeter from the IWX show and Mass Tweeter on YouTube. Mass Tweeter is a guy, he saw our first few shows, liked what we were doing, but thought we had a horrible opener, so he made the opener that you see now. And if you want to go back, I think the opener from him starts on episode 6. So if you want to go back to one of the first few episodes and watch, the opener we had was terrible. I made it. I'm not as talented as Tweeter is, and Tweeter gave us the awesome opening. He's been a supporter. He mentions us on his podcast all the time. We've done a couple cross promotions with him as well. Mainly the bet I had with him where I had to sing the Redskins fight song. We're coming for round 2 this year. Remember, Tweeter, first game of the season.
What the thing, Closure too? Closure.
Damas.
Like, I've known Closure forever too, and I can't remember. Great supporter of the show. Always comments on everything, and whenever we have questions, he always brings great questions. You got the guy. He's a younger guy, and he loves wrestling. Can't help it like that.
And another one of our big fans, Joshua Adams, who started his own YouTube show and has credited us as one of his inspirations. But he's a guy much like Closure that has. He always comments on our show, always brings added quality to our show. And Josh, we're going to do that video for you as soon as we've had a busy week planned, so we'll get to your video that we're going to do for you. one of these days. Hopefully by the end of the week we'll fit it in.
Another one of our fans, Pat Fannin.
Goes by Handsome Pat.
Handsome Pat Fannin, sorry. He's been commenting on our show for since almost since it started, huh?
Yeah, and he's like I said, all these guys. These are people that are getting our name out, and we love that you're doing that, and we love the help, and we love spreading. Basically, we did this when we started. This was to talk with friends about wrestling. Now, another person is our friend, the lovely Laura Lyons, and she's another person that's helped spread our name out, get us out there on Twitter, Facebook, everywhere, helping us with everything. I mean, you guys don't understand, we don't say it enough, how much we appreciate the support you give us.
And speaking of support, the guy you grew up watching give us support, we want you to name it.
Yeah, one of the guys that I grew up as a fan of, Axel Rotten, one of the first wrestlers that really started interacting with us on he started on Twitter, sending me messages on Twitter about the show and such, and it's really cool when you get some of the feedback. It'd be like if you started doing a movie review show and all of a sudden Steven Spielberg is messaging you about the show, and I appreciate that. I really enjoy that a guy like Axel Rotten. We've had a couple others, but Axel's a guy I think that's watched our show and actually has some comments and criticisms, and not necessarily criticism, but things that can help out with it. And I really enjoyed it. It was one of those moments that, as a fan, it just made me
moist.
A little bit.
And, if we didn't mention your name, I'm sorry, there's so many people to thank.
Yeah.
Add yourself to the list. I mean, everybody, we really appreciate everybody that's viewed all our shows.
Everybody that's commented, positive or negative, all the negative comments we got on our Haku video, it's made it our most famous, popular video.
We're never reshooting that video. It's staying on.
It's never being reshot. We're leaving it up, mistakes and all.
Damn right. How many views is it up to?
No, it's, I don't know, 2,700, something like that.
Oh, it's staying up.
Yeah.
Hate mail or not.
But we appreciate all the people that took the time to put hate messages out there too. I mean, at least you watch our video. Maybe you gave a couple other ones a chance and liked what you seen on some others.
Bad publicity just as good as good publicity.
It's all publicity.
Damn right.
But really, we just wanted to say thank you for this year. This is, it's been a really cool year for us. We've enjoyed doing what we're doing for you guys, and we hope that you've enjoyed us, and we hope that in year 2 we're going to get even better, give you even more content that you like, and we'll grow along with you guys.
All right.
Anything you need to add, Gary?
Thank you.
My name is George Coles
Gary Rhodes.
And this has been Heel Heat.